Hey, Angela. Glad you can make it. Hopefully this will fix it. Okay, now it's working. Okay, I don't know what the crap happened, but that's okay. We got it rolling now. Hopefully people will slowly start to filter in. Jedi, glad you could make it. Sorry about the hiccups on the original setup. Mugs up to you, mate. Mugs up. We got people slowly filtering back in. Audio much better. I just saw the reset, so perfect. Yep. Yeah, we had some audio issues. Not sure what happened there. Well, technology's wonky around me all the time, so that's just normal. It's actually been a while since we've had a fluke, so I guess we were due. So I'll go with that. If you are here though, give us a thumbs up. Make sure YouTube knows you like the work we do, even when we have to do a reset and start over, because technology, right? Okay, now, just because I was told that I should make sure everyone does remember, we do have super chats. So if we get busy and you have a question, you can do a small donation. It'll flash it up on the screen. Make sure my goofy butt sees it. Or you can just do a super chat if you want to help out the channel. Also, we got a few wonderful announcements happening. As y'all know, one of the things I'd like to try and do is keep you up to date on what we're generally doing here on the YouTube. We are actually working on getting some live workshops set up at the online school where we will have a topic. And these will be posted roughly 1 to 2 months out so that you can sign up for them. Seats to these workshops we're looking at starting at $15. The workshop will be 1 to 2 hours, depending on the workshop and the Q&A. So essentially what we're wanting to do is make sure there's at least an hour for me to give the initial presentation, workshop, everything that we're going to be talking about, and then dedicate an entire hour to a Q&A. Now, if the presentation does not take a full hour, y'all get the extra time for Q&A. But if Q&A and everything wraps up shorter, then it wraps up shorter. But that is something we are working on. Much further off, which I'm actually hoping to get those up in the next month or two. But much further off, I am looking at potentially, we're experimenting with a few things to see if we can, maybe adding 1 or 2 one-on-one class slots to the school where you could actually set up to take a one-on-one classes with me. The classes would probably focus around the arcane pillars and meditation. Kind of deep dive into those. It would be essentially the setup we're looking at in theory would be a 4-month class, monthly payment style thing. And each month we'd focus on one of the pillars and meditation accordingly. So that's something we're looking at in the distant future. Hopefully not too far. But I did want to let y'all know that. Now, for those who are on Patreon and supporting me on Patreon, first off, thank you for your support. Secondly, Patreon has given us a lot of pain in the rears, and we may end up having to switch fully over to YouTube memberships. So keep an eye on the Patreon posts just in case that does happen. At this point in time, they are not letting us integrate a lot of things, and it's just getting to be a headache. And to be honest with you, they're kind of greedy with their take on the percentages, to be honest with you. So that may happen. I'll try to keep you posted as best I can. And because of that, I'm currently not going to be able to add certain things to the Patreon until we get that straightened out. So just so y'all know that. And I do apologize because it's kind of pissing me off. So if you guys do want to go ahead and shift over to the YouTube memberships, by all means, go ahead and do so because I'm a little upset in how it's currently running. But I am trying to get it worked out. Which I guess that does cover the fact that we do have YouTube memberships. Yay for that. Somehow we're managing to make this channel work. So we've got some questions in here. Yay, technology. Works great. All right, cool. Everybody's hearing me clear. Loving it, loving it. Um, remember, we do have a gilded community for those people interested. It's been a very active community. We've had a lot of people sharing ideas and getting to know each other and chatting. I will say this, that the online classes and the workshops will be via Zoom. So you will need a Zoom account for that, but Working Dragon Mystic will be carrying a pro account. So I think we're going to offer, I want to say we're offering 20 seats per workshop as our starting point. If we have to cut that back, we will, but I'm wanting to start with 20 seats. I think we can pull 20 seats off with the Q&A. Got that. Oh, and big one for YouTube members, tier 2 and 3. This is a big one. So I know the Q&A is kind of the big meaty part of those workshops because you get to pick my brain for things live about the topic. But tier 2 and tier 3, we will occasionally upload just the I forgot the name of it. The first half where I'm talking about whatever topic it is. It's not a demo. The presentation, that's the word for it, presentation. We will occasionally upload that to the YouTube members as a YouTube member only playlist. That is one of the things that Patreon is not letting me do currently. They're not letting me integrate those kind of perks, which is annoying. If I get that worked out before the first presentation, we will do it. And if I get it worked out after, we'll add it. But until future notice, right now I can't add it to Patreon. So I do apologize to my Patreon members. But again, if you want to switch over, do feel free. So that is one of the things I am wanting to do to make sure my tier 2 and tier 3 members are getting rewarded for supporting the channel the way they do every month. You guys really do help us keep the lights on here. So appreciate you much. Thank you. All right. Now, what else we got? Oh, great news. The Evocation course that is going live at the school, hopefully this year. Hopefully. We are making good progress, and we are actually looking to start shooting, actually filming this week. So that is something I'm super excited about to get filmed. And Eris, one of our channel members, actually donated a GoPro to me so that a lot of the outdoor ritual shots I was thinking about attempting to set up, I don't have to worry about my camera anymore. So I can actually get outside and get those shots. And my wife's even said she's going to help me with some of those. So I should be able to get some pretty good ritual shots for this particular course that I wasn't able to get for other ones. So yay, happy about that as well. And for those who have been asking about the Spirit Codex, the Spirit Codex that will be going along with this course will have about 100 entities, if not a little more. So you're going to have at least 100 entities worth of information in this course to work along with in the course. So big course. This actually might be one of the bigger courses that we've attempted. So very happy and excited about this particular one. It's been a lot of work. So yeah, and as many of you know, it's getting that storm season time. So cross your fingers and hope the storms stay away for streaming nights. I've realized that I've been doing these streams now for 2 or 3 years, and somehow all the really bad storms have just missed us on streaming nights. They really haven't interfered. So let's keep that track going this year. What do you say? All right, now I think online school, got that, and hit the like button. Yeah, be sure to hit the like button. YouTube loves that like button. We got 12 people here, only 5 of the thumbs up. So apparently more than half of you don't like me. Yeah, that's got my announcements. We are good to go. Woo! Yay! Look at that. I remembered to do the thing, Jade. I actually do kind of set up a few storm wards, at least around the internet and the house for streams. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And well, if the internet goes out, further out, that can also be a thing because you can't stop that if it gets cut at source. So, weather's weather, and it is getting to be hurricane-y season. So we'll just have to see. All right, let's see what we got here. Burger and fries is a good thing. Good thing. Hard to beat a good burger. Uh, what dragon should I work with to help with the weather and holding off some rain for a baseball game on a field trip? Honestly, if you were looking at weather, I'd work with an air dragon. So out of the rulers, if you that'd be not Ingus, goddamn. Oh crap! I'm drawing a blank. Zephyrsil. That's his name. Zephyrsil. Um, he's really good for working with that. Though, do be careful. Make sure you are aware that there will be a rebalance. So if you push weather back, it's going to have to rebalance one way. You will get a little extra rain at one place or another. So always remember, weather is going to rebalance itself. It has to. That's the reason why people who screw with weather magic too much end up with droughts and floods. So, but one little ball game shouldn't be too big of a deal. Shouldn't be a big deal at all. Let's see, hey, Mohammed, how you doing? Can a spirit make you more intelligent? If you're talking like Matrix style intelligent, as in just downloading information and boom, you're smarter. Not really, unfortunately. They can make it easier for you to study. They can make it easier for you to remember things and stuff like that. In which case, that yes, they can, but you do still have to apply your actual research and study to it to actually learn. You're not just going to magically become Albert Einstein or Nicholas Tesla or any of these other geniuses throughout history. That it just doesn't work that way. Just like I get emailed all the time of people who want to become overnight rap stars and they think that magic can do it. Magic is not a light switch solution. It is something where you can apply it. They can help you develop the skill. They can help you along the path, but they're not just going to hand it to you. And honestly, I'd say anyone who wants it just handed to them don't really deserve it anyway. So I'm actually kind of glad magic doesn't work that way. Yes, sir. Very careful. Thank you. No problem, Jedi. You've always struck me as reasonable and somewhat responsible with your workings, Jedi. So I think you'll be all right. It's just it's always a standard warning. It's reflex for me to throw it out there. Kevin, good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Nope. Bob's he's here. He's not made his debut in the videos yet. He will be a staple in our videos in the near future. We do film videos ahead, so um, he has not made his debut yet. I'm really looking forward to it. So far, only my channel memberships have actually got the sneak peek. The YouTube channel members, and I think Patreon may have, if Patreon didn't mess my link up, have gotten the sneak peek of Bob and who he is and what he will be doing here for this channel. Though, for those of you who are in the know and for those of you who just are hearing about Bob, I do have to say the voice actor who is helping us with that particular project has agreed to do other little snippets of similar in different ways and different things. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. And it's something it's something fun and interesting because oh man, ever since like middle school, I've usually had a statuette or a stuffed animal that we randomly called Bob. So it's just kind of been a family thing. So it's actually kind of neat to be able to share this family joke and actually do it in a way that um, it's sharing that little piece of my upbringing growing up and my family's inside jokes with you all while at the same time serving an actual purpose here on the channel. So yeah, he'll be around. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Will I be getting any guest stars? Not that I'm aware of. Currently speaking, the way I really can't use OBS or anything like that. Though I will say this: when we start doing the workshops, since the workshops will be done through Zoom, and Zoom can actually allow me to bring in a guest, and I may actually have guest presenters occasionally for these Zoom calls. Many of you know we got great admin at the Gilded community that are very, very knowledgeable about certain topics, and many of their topics and passions, I honestly think they would present better than me. So in some of those cases, I may actually ask them to guest present in those cases. I will say that Raven, a dear friend of mine who y'all know, love her to death. She's part of my family and one of my instructors. I would like to be able to twist her arm to get her to do a presentation, though so far, ever since I've got this channel started, her and my wife are both dug in pretty deep on not being on camera. So we'll see. I'm hopeful. We'll see. We will see. I'll try. Let's see. I may have missed a few in here, so I apologize. Yeah, I'll be honest with y'all. I'm just learning to do Zoom. My first interaction with Zoom was when Black Tower interviewed me, which I'm still a little bit baffled that I was interviewed. When he done that interview of me for his channel, that was the first time I've ever encountered Zoom. So I've actually been doing a lot of experimentations with Zoom and the online school and testing things in the back office. And our admin, Jade, you all know her. She's been really fantastic in putting up with my technological stupidity and helping me to test these things out. As has my wife. My wife kind of gets a giggle anytime I'm trying to figure this stuff out. But yeah, I actually have to say I am liking Zoom. I'm liking. I don't. I'm liking the way it works, and it turns out it integrates really well with the platform we built the school on. So um, I'm really excited about the potential of the new things that we might be able to add to the school. Um, it may even allow me to start doing some consulting again. I don't know. Here's the thing: anytime I do something live one on one, that takes like an entire bracket out of a section of my day. So when I'm filming classes and for the courses, I don't. That takes a lot of time to do. So you may find times where we have more one-on-one classes or workshops available than not because I'm filming. So, but that's okay. As we get the courses up, of course, the whole idea is those courses are going to be evergreen content that um, if I add to them, those who's already bought it gets the add-ons too, which is one of the things I love about the way that's set up. So anytime I update them, if you've bought the course, you already get the free update. How amazing is that? Um, we also we have actually cleaned up our website, workingdragonistic.com. After the stream, pop over there. Thanks to you all and thanks to your all support, we've been able to get rid of all those annoying ads. I personally didn't even like visiting my own website. I didn't like it. So it is a lot cleaner now. And we've even added an event calendar. So you're actually going to be able to see when we set these things up. Right now, the event calendar has a Magickal Coffee Hour on it. And we're using Coffee Hour to kind of test the calendar, make sure I know how to work it. You know what I mean? And the great part is when we schedule these workshops, we can actually have the link to the sign up for the seats there. So it'll take you over to the school too. So yeah, it'll allow you to see when the workshops are, what time they are, all those things. So you can actually plan ahead. And I'm wanting to do signups. If I have a workshop in July, I would like to open the signups for it 1st of June, for example. I want to make sure y'all have time to put aside a little cash. I know $15 ain't much, but put aside a little cash and actually plan to do it. And for those who do sign up, there will be a recorded version of it that will be available to you for a week after in case you do miss it due to emergencies. So you still get to see it. So we got all kinds of things working. It's just we got to make sure I can figure this stuff out. You know how it goes. We're both sound good right now. Barbecue ban. Oh, Lord, no. We don't barbecue ban around here. Actually, I got a plan to do some chicken and ribs this week. Hey, Saeed, good to see you again, mate. Lilith, good to see you. I didn't make the downpour. Hey, there you go. Once the game's over, downpour, bring it on in. Know what I mean? What the crap is that? Oh, fire truck. Well, there you go. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Are you talking about at the school or the merch shop? Because we do have a few pictures of the rulers at the merch shop. And there's actually quite a few of you that, when taking the online course, you've decided to buy a piece of the artwork while you're doing the path working with them. I thought that was a really great idea. There's actually a part of me that's considered going back into the course and actually sharing your all's ideal and putting the links there so you can find it easily, because that is a fantastic ideal to have that imagery there on your working area. That's you guys are amazing. I mean, it's amazing to see how many people's been getting such good uses out of the courses and so much of the feedback and the ideals. And then, of course, over in the Gilded community, we get to see the people who have signed up for courses in the school section trading notes and wisdom. It's been great watching this community grow. Let's see. Hermetic times. What is the use of blood in ritual? Can it be replaced with saliva? Yep. Magically speaking, you could use blood or spit just as easily. We have this Hollywood mythology, is the best way to describe it. That blood is some weird special thing that if you got blood, that solves all your problems and dark magic. Woo! No, you can actually use spit just as much. It's essentially genetic material. Um, so it's giving a piece of you to the working to help empower it, but you still have to direct the power. It's also not just a single solution. And in fact, in Norse magic, saliva was the main go-to. They didn't want to use blood. And during my workings with Norse magic, I have found that saliva is every bit as potent as blood, and will do just as good a job. And let's be honest, it's a lot easier to get, um, unless you're dehydrated. But if you're dehydrated, you shouldn't be even using a diabetic lancet. So there's that. So yeah, I would definitely use saliva hermetic. I really would. Let's see. And living lately, feeling drawn to Terrafana for some reason. Terrafana is a wonderful individual to work with. I absolutely adore her. She can be stern, she can be stubborn, but she's also got that motherly stern and stubborn, which, as someone from the South, I adore it. And she's also got a wisdom and a kind of steadfastness that there's many times in my life, even after working with her for so long, that it's just I I constantly feel drawn back to her, and inevitably, Angela, she reminds me of peace, stability, and well-being and prosperity, and how these things, um, they're usually not as flashy as we want to make them, and how steady and strong it is when it's not that flashy. So if you're feeling drawn to her, I'd definitely go check it out and see what might be going on. I've honestly, for me, every time I've felt drawn to her and I've gone to work with her and chat with her, it's always been 100% beneficial for me. Hey, Dragon of the West. Da, 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 da. Yeah, you can do that, Jedi. And yeah, I'll definitely keep it tiny. I will admit there's a lot of YouTube occulters who I see them whip out knives and do all this edgelord BS about cutting themselves with a freaking knife. And it's like, the amount of irresponsibility for self that's there is huge. But secondly, doing it on YouTube, presenting it as any type of instruction, the amount of irresponsibility there is just beyond ignorant, because I've learned this. Many of you know I view myself as a stupid redneck wizard or mage. Um, and I share information to the best of my ability that I have found functional, that has worked for my students, and I'm trying to just share it, so maybe it'll help you on your all's path. I don't view myself as a master. I don't view myself as a guru or any of that. But what I have found, and scarily to some extent, is my opinion seems to matter to a lot of people. So I try to be very cautious about what I say and how I say it, because when they use the term YouTube influencer, I don't think I realized what that might have meant until I was on here and realized people actually are listening to me. And yes, I am here to be listened to. Yes, I'm here to help as best I can. But I don't think I expected quite the receiving side of it that I did. So that's kind of cool to me. It's flattering and humbling for dang sure, but yeah. Angela, I have a vow against self-harm. That is amazing. Yes, good. That's actually really good. Yeah, I've told plenty of entities the same thing. And it's kind of funny because there's even entities that they're actually well known for blood offerings, and then I tell them that, and they laugh, and they're like, good. And it's like, what? And it turns out most of the entities that we think require them don't. They're actually waiting to see how stupid we are. I've actually not found one yet that has absolutely demanded it, which is kind of ironic. Yeah, Kevin, blood will bind you to it, but so will saliva. It's genetic material, just the same energy and everything. I mean, obviously, protein and material-wise, it's not exactly the same, but it's attached to you just the same. It'll create the exact same bond. And you don't have to hurt yourself, which is great. Facts always so. I try to be real. I let y'all know I'm an idiot. I'm proud of where I've gotten. See, with great power comes great responsibility. Oh Lord, throwing that one on me, Jedi. I grew up in that era. See, I wanted to ask you to do a video in the works that you can make Norse. That you can make Norse spice into food. I have an entire Kitchen Witch series that I am working on as far as a singular Norse spice. I'm unaware of something called Norse spice. But I mean, if there is a particular herb or seasoning that you are asking about, if you can give me a bit more direction on that, because there are a lot of there's spices that are used in Nordic cooking and stuff, which I am looking at potentially doing. So there's those. So I'm not sure I actually fully understand the question there, Dragon Born. Yeah, hair will do the same thing. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Hey, Bernaldus, you made it. What are pros and cons of using genetic? It links you to it. It literally links you to it. Which one of the pros is if you're trying to do prosperity, it's going to be more potent and directed and focused on you. But at the same time, if you're doing any kind of working and you're tied to it genetically, a magician worth their salt can actually get a hold of the working, turn it, twist it, and go directly to you. So you got to be careful in how you do it because if, like, say, a talisman, if I create a protection talisman and I use genetic material, it has a direct link to me. So should someone who knows how get a hold of it, they could send a baneful working straight through that talisman to me and kablow. And since it's genetically linked, you can't block it. Well, I don't know a specific Norse seasoning, but I will be looking at Norse spices and seasonings and stuff like that. The reason I hesitated there, Dragon Knight, I'll be honest with you, spice is used in some worlds in not such a cooking manner. So, and yeah, but yeah, when it comes to looking into Norse cooking and stuff, that is actually something I'm wanting to do. I've been emailing back and forth with a few people in the heathen community and the Norse practices, and even a few people overseas to try and attempt to put together something reasonably authentic. Don't expect me to be doing lutefisk. I will not do that. We might talk about what it is, but I ain't making it. Nope, not making it. I have had it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Nope, no sir, I don't like it. But yes, I am hoping to, as we move further into the Kitchen Witch series, to attempt to do some of these recipes and look into perhaps historical cooking as well. Um, I don't know if I'll do it any good justice. I hope I can. Some of the recipes I do try to make sure I can at least get them to function before I record them, so I have to cook them once or twice beforehand. Someone asked me if I'd ever blind cook a recipe and see how bad it came out. I've considered it. We may do that for fun one year. I may get a new recipe, blind cook it. We see just how bad I do, or how good it comes out. Because there is something about I don't know why, but people love to see when you blind cook a recipe you've never tried, and they like to be there when you take that first bite to see if it's good, or you just wished you ain't done that. You know what I mean? I don't personally get the entertainment in it, but yeah, we are wanting to take the Kitchen Witchery series as far as we can. So we will see. Actually, the Magic Ribs video, Angela, is filmed. We have filmed the rib video. So the first rib video we did is in an oven, so it can be useful for everybody. Because not everybody has a kettle grill, not everybody has a smoker. And yes, I will show you how to use a kettle grill to make good ribs, people. I love y'all. I love my barbecue. I'm going to help y'all to be the best meat preparers you can. But the oven was first because everyone's going to have an oven. So we did that. It's filmed, and it'll be a few weeks because, like I said, I film ahead. That way, if something happens, computer goes down, I get sick, family members go crazy, stuff like that. If I can't film a video that week, you guys don't miss out. So I do try to film ahead a little bit. But the rib video is done, and I'm very happy about that one. And they were delicious, by the way. So there we go. But I'm hoping to do a few more magic videos. We recorded a video recently, should be up in the next month or two, the magical properties of whiskey. So we've actually started to do a magical properties of different spirits and alcohols. Whiskey was the first one. I believe rum will be the second one, but we're going to be going through those for the people who do utilize them. So we're going to be going through stuff like that as well. I'm trying to explore this kitchen witchery in ways that it hasn't been before. But one of the reasons I do focus on the seasonings first, as well as your core proteins, is those are the things you use daily. That's the reason we started off with those. I hope that makes sense. Let's see here. What do we got? Jedi. That's a little fishy. That's a cute little fishy. I know exactly which cookbook you're talking about. So yeah, that I don't know how authentic the that particular cookbook seasonings are. I know it's official for that particular game. I don't know if they actually looked at the cultures in the game were built off of. That would be an interesting thing to find out. And that might not be a bad place to start, Dragon. To be honest with you. So yeah. Have I ever worked with Zeus? Yeah, I've worked with him a few times in the past. Him and I, we go back and forth. Sometimes we get along, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we get along, sometimes we don't. Um, Zeus is that individual. Y'all have that dumb friend you hang out with. He's a nice guy. You joke, you do stupid stuff. You throw rocks at each other. You're jumping off the ledge or tire swing into the lake. Doing stupid stuff, throwing snakes at each other, that kind of stuff. Normal stuff. On days like that, he's a great guy. When I can sit, talk with him, laugh, and just kind of have that goofy barroom chit chat back and forth. Where him and I butt heads is when it comes to certain categories of honor. Because, well, let's be honest, Zeus is a freaking cheater. He has a lot of things relationship wise that I just look down on. He knows it. I know it. We try not to discuss it, but when it pops up, yeah, we usually, have words one way or the other, and then we'll go for a while without working, and then we'll drift back at some point. So I get along with him. I enjoy working with him until those topics come up. I can't say he's one of the main ones I work with a lot, but anytime I have worked with him, whether it be for a client or whatnot, I've enjoyed it. You just always gotta understand these entities. They have personalities. They're gonna have things you like about them. They're gonna have things you don't like about them. I got dear friends I consider family. They got traits in all that, but they still family. I don't know if I could call Zeus family. I do call him. I do consider him a friend. Do you have a hot wing video for kitchen witchery? Not yet, though. I won't lie. That's actually already being discussed. The reason we're looking at it is how do we want to do the hot wing video? How hot do I want to make it? Everyone seems to think I should lean toward the general populace palette and not me and my idiot friends palette for the first one. So that's probably what we're going to do. And we're going to attempt to build it and make a list of why we're building it that way and what the different properties of the different things are, how we would set it up, how we'd go about doing it. And again, first time we do a recipe, it's going to go oven. But you can bet we're going to, especially with summer. I'm serious, people. It is freaking gorgeous now, finally. We went from like 50, 80, 50, 80, 50, 80. The weather's bipolar here. But we seem to be locked into the warmer weather. My wife's happy, but with that going, I have got to get out there and run the grill and the smoker. I really do. And I figure if I'm going to be running the grill and smoker, and I know you guys are wanting my input on certain things, you know what? Might as well do a video on it. That's what I think. Besides, it gives me a great reason and excuse to grill every week, maybe multiple days. So, yay! So, Angela, we'll get that for you. Don't worry about that. That's actually on the to-do list. Alex Har inspired me to seek out my own guardian dragon. Hey, Alex, mugs up for you, mate. Hope you found them. Sounds like you did from the comment. Need a little refill here. Can't have a coffee hour without coffee, you know what I mean? Wings and fries are there. You go. Wings and fries are good. It is. I try to avoid carbs a lot more these days, but I gotta admit, a good batch of fries is really good. Are there entities that can help you develop your astral senses? Yeah, actually, entities usually associated with air and mental facilities are very good at it, as are entities usually associated with water. They can be very good at it as well, due to their link with psychic, as well as entities associated with the moon are usually also very well attuned with that. In fact, one of the things I'm wanting to do with the Evocation course is not just go through and step by step, here's this process, here's this process. I'm actually going to try and do a path working where we pull on the actual spirit codex that we're going to be including with it. And we're going to actually suggest specific spirits to help you in developing your arcane senses and your ability through evocation as we work through the course. That way, we're actually giving you things to actually apply. So it's not just going to be teaching you evocation, it's going to be an actual productive path working there. Oh, and for those who don't know, many of you know I drink Iron Bean coffee quite a bit, veteran owned, love them to death. They make great coffee. They just released a new blend. I had to order it, so as soon as it gets here, I'm going to be trying that out. And for those of you who happen to like older movies like Scarface, they called it say hello to my little friend. So it's going to be a dark roast Colombian. I'm really looking forward to that one. So anyway, coffee nerd. Sorry. Have you met Hades? Oh yeah, I've worked with Hades a lot. I adore Hades. I did a lot of working early on with Hades. In fact, Hades was the original one who, after working with him for so long, he suggested I go and speak with Hel from the Norse pantheon and get to know her and work with her. I didn't even actually know who she was until he said that. So I have, and I still do. Him and I both adore dogs. So we tend to have a weakness and soft spot for puppies and dogs and the like. But yeah, him and I get along pretty well. He can seem grumpy, but he's not grumpy. He actually, he's almost melancholy. He tells his jokes. He's got his humor. He's just, yeah, I enjoy him. I really do. Practice, Konami. That's literally it. You just like building muscle at a gym. You do the work. You do the work. You do your practices daily, whether it be your workings, your meditations, those things, your energy work, and you do it daily. Um, and that actually builds up your energy body, and that builds up your focus, and that builds up your discipline. Those are the things that are needed to do that. You can't just flip a switch and woo. You actually have to do the work. It takes time, but that would be how you do it. And that's one of the reasons that meditation is the foundation of all magic, because meditation, if you're doing the right meditations, anyways, is going to help build that up. It's going to build your focus, which is cornerstone. It's going to build your discipline, which is cornerstone. And you're going to be moving your natural energy and your energy body and the energy around you as you do these meditations. And that in and of itself is going to help build that energy body and grow it as well. When you apply that to your practice, you're just further growing it. So, for example, in Dragon Magic 101, there is a ritual and meditation that is told to be done daily for the exact reason you just asked, which in our meditation course, we actually give active meditations that are working with energy works and different versions of it to do that as well. The Dragon's Flame ritual, which we do have posted here on YouTube, that could actually be utilized as well, mate. You could do that ritual and actually sit down in the center of that, meditate and cycle that energy through you. That would be a good place to get started too. So yeah, chakra meditations, many people utilize those where you raise energy through your chakras. Though the chakras aren't literals, they're only a mental map. They're not a literal thing. It would still work because it does still raise that energy through you. So you could also look into chakra meditations as well. I don't know that I have one published just yet. I know there's plenty of YouTubers who do. I am hoping that we get to the point where the channel and everything's doing well enough that I can turn off mid-roll ads um, because I personally hate doing a meditation in an ad place. That just annoys the piss out of me. Anywho, personal annoyances aside. When I meditate, do I keep my spine erect or do I let it relax? Depends on how I'm sitting, what I'm doing, how I'm feeling. In a lot of cases, keeping a lot of people, for them to keep their spine straight, they're not going to be able to relax and get into a meditative state just because they're not used to sitting that way. You being comfortable and able to relax is more important than anything. The energy is going to flow through you no matter what shape your spine is. So the big thing I will tell my students is always to be comfortable. So if being hunched over is more comfortable for you than sitting straight, then by all means do. And for me, it's kind of a hard one because it depends on where I'm sitting. Like in this chair here, which my wife got me, love my new chair. I sit straighter in this chair. It's just more comfortable. Over on the couch, if I sit straight, don't get me wrong, that couch is freaking comfy. But if I sit straight, it just don't feel right. There's something wrong. So I got to kind of hunch down a bit more over there. And if I'm sitting around a campfire or something, I do tend to lean forward more, kind of, because I'm sitting on the ground, I tend to bend forward. But as long as I get comfortable, and this is shown through 15 years of teaching, as long as my students get comfortable, they're good. The one caveat I add to that one, Hermetic, is get comfortable where you won't fall asleep, okay? That's one of the reasons I tell people, if you don't have to lay down, try not to. I know I have worked with students who have physical disabilities and they have to. So I got that. But the problem is you get so relaxed while meditating. If you're laying down, it's very, very easy to fall asleep. And that sucks because that's going to break your meditation. That's not going to help you in the long run. So you got to be comfortable without risking falling asleep, which is another reason I do kind of like sitting up for meditations. I do not lay down for meditations because I fall asleep. Hope that helps you out a little bit there, Hermetic. Let's see what we got. Hey, Mia, how frequently do the I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure what the ratios on that will be. In my case, most of the entities that I've ever reached out to, I reached out to them. I would reach out to them through trance work and meditation, and then I'd move up from there into different other things. Like having speaking with them in my astral sanctum. There's very few entities that's reached out to me first in comparison to the entities. I mean, it happens. I could say it probably happens maybe once or twice a year on if you maybe crunch the average, maybe. But might not even be that actually. Might be considerably less than that. But you don't have to wait for them to reach out. You can reach out to them. Let's see. Let's see. I love using. See, Angela, I know a lot of people who get great results from those. I do not enjoy them personally, and I know why. I know why. It's my paranoia. I know way too much about how easy it is to hide things through audios and stuff, and I'm just not into that. So my personal paranoia, probably one of the few times that I might be deserving of a tinfoil hat. Did they make tinfoil cowboy hats? Just wondering for a friend. Anywho, that's my issue with them. If I could get past my paranoia, I think I would enjoy them. But so far, I've not been able to get past my paranoia. But hey, different strokes for different folks. We all got to work around our own goofiness, right? I know, right? I kind of want one now. I may have a craft project for a friend of mine. We may have to do me a live stream with me having a tinfoil cowboy hat, people. Seriously, because it's just like, is that a thing? Well, you're lucky because I'll be honest with you. If I'm laying down, I'll conk out. In fact, yeah, unless my insomnia is kicked in, I'm gone. So yeah, we may have to see about getting me a tinfoil cowboy hat to do a live stream, man, just for shiggles. You know what I mean? Heck, we might even take a picture and slap it on a coffee cup just because we can. You know what I mean? All right, let's see. Mm, Maelstrom's Spirit. Not right offhand, actually. I may have one in my journals, Hermetic, but I would definitely have to dig around and check that. I don't even know which journal that'd be in either. So that let me see what I can find, mate. Let me see what I can find. If you're in the Gilded community, shoot me a direct message to remind me, and if I can dig it up and find it, I will message back to you. Oh, Drake's tinfoil. Oh my God, that may actually have to be a stream, Angela. Drake's tinfoil hat. Oh God. Oh dear God. You know, here's the funny thing. I actually have my leather hat. I have the old one. It's all beat up. Um, before I replaced it, I could probably use that to shape a tinfoil hat. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Peoples, we may have us some shenanigans afoot. We may have some shenanigans. That is. Oh, and Jade dropped the gilded link. Thank you, Jade. Appreciate it. What's up, girl? Y'all raise a mug to Jade here because this girl works her butt off when it comes to working Dragon Mystic. She does believe in the work we're doing. I don't know how she does it. Because she has to put up with me and the fact that I suck with technology. So, you know. She does. She does. She does need a raise. Unfortunately, at this point in time, Working Dragon Mystic can't afford to pay, so she is a volunteer. But I can tell you right now, as soon as Working Dragon Mystic, if we ever get to that point, you can bet she will be getting a raise because she definitely deserves it. In fact, the Gilded community, we heard the rumors about the Discord changes and everything, and um, I was in no rush. Okay, I wasn't. I thought I had months and months and months. And Jade's like, "Well, can I tinker with it?" And I said, "Sure, go ahead, tinker with it." Now, mind you, this girl has kids. I don't know how she done it, but she gets back with me like 2 days later, and she basically has the entire thing set up, and she's got all these bells and whistles, and she's like, "How's that look?" I'm like, "How'd you do that? I thought you were just tinkering with it." I mean, she just basically overnight like, "Boom, we're done, we're ready to go." I'm like, which I'm glad she did because as many of you know, Discord just deleted our freaking server over there for no reason. 25 emails, I've still not gotten a response as to why. So Jade, you are literally, literally the reason we still have a community, girl. You are amazing. Uh, I don't take her for advantage, people. Believe me, I am very very grateful to have a friend like Jade. So yeah, I don't know how she does it. I really don't. All right, everyone, we are getting ready to be 8 o'clock before Jade starts throwing clocks at me. I do have a meeting I got to get into. Is there any final questions anybody may have that I could possibly get quickly? Don't ask me one of those deep philosophical questions. It's going to take me a long rambling. Stream Ideal Dreams, Tinfoil Hat Hour. We talk magic conspiracies and phobias with Drake. Oh my God, I love it. Oh, Angela, I do love it. I do. Jedi, at two, bro, Jedi. You threw a clock at me too. I tell you, I love y'all. I really do. But Angela, you are right. We may have to do magical conspiracies. And you know what? I'm calling me a crazy buddy. I'm going to look into this tinfoil cowboy hat stuff. We'll see what we can do. I don't have a Discord no more, Konami. I do not. If you scroll up a little bit, Jade, actually, can you drop it in here again? It's the Gilded community. Discord decided they didn't want us. They just deleted the server. We still don't know why. They won't give us a response, but we are over on Gilded, which is the same thing, just a different app. It's better organized. Heck of a lot better organized. I love the organization. The voice chat and stuff ain't as good though. So there's that. Which is why we're going through, Zoom when we do the courses. So, all right, everyone, you have a fantastic evening and a great week. I will see you next weekend, hopefully with no technical issues. But if we have them, we'll figure through them just like we did tonight. Keep up your research. Be keeping that journal. And keep making progress, everyone. And if you hit a bump, don't worry about it. Bumps are meant to be there. Just endure through it. You got it. I believe in you. I've seen so many of you making progress over the short time I've known you, and some of you have known longer. But you guys have all been doing amazing with what you've shared. So until next time, take it easy and good night. Bye-bye.